What's up, everybody? Welcome to Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. Alright, so I'm going to be getting on the PTS today because I'm farming Maelstrom, unfortunately, for my daggers because I want to apply it on my DK. Now, I pretty much know how I'm going to build it, what I'm doing and everything else, but I figured this would be a good chance to get on PTS, show what we're going to go ahead and do and kind of give you guys a heads up. So we're going to go ahead and create a new character. We're going to go ahead Blackwood max level. We're male. We're Khajiit, so my DK is a Khajiit. Very important. Boy, that's a chubby Khajiit. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Okay, so we're gonna go with the DK. We're gonna trim them down just a little bit, just we'll bring that in a little bit there, Yeah, I think he needs to, get a little trimmed up, a little bit. I mean, a little bit's not too bad. I mean, I don't care about his look per se, but we're just going to call it Mystic DK. Okay. I'm pretty much about it. Okay. We're going to go ahead and load in. And basically the whole idea here is I'm not going to use a monster proc at all with this new build. So I was like, I'm pretty sure I know how I'm going to do it. There's two options. But the one option I'm pretty much settled on. But, it was like, I was thinking about dropping the whole Leviathan thing. But with the other set I'm going to use, and given the fact that he is Khajiit, I might want the axes, depending on the critical level. If I'm hitting around 56, 57, I can justify axes. If not, I'll take the daggers. And, that's important. I mean, I could sit there, calculate whatever. But I just think these things are fun. People get to see how I, kind of come up with some of this crazy shit. So the first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to travel to my Fortress of Solitude, as I would like to refer to it. And I don't even have a house here. Oh my God. My house is gone. Oh no. Does it let you buy a house? Do I have my Arteum one? Let's find out. No, I don't even have that one. You know what? That sucks sauce. Alright, let's go to the store. We'll go to houses. Yeah, the chapel. Sure. Review purchase. It's for me. Travel to house. Yes, please. Thank you. I just need somewhere to put up stuff. I need a test dummy and, all this stuff. Oof. So this is in the new zone. So, yo, Irish, what's up, my brother? What's up? Dude, I cannot wait to get you in trials and play with you, dude. I'm looking so forward to it, man, for real. UI error. Yeah, for my add-ons. I'm aware. I know. Ugh. I wish I could just escape this thing. Oh my God. Ugh. I can't, I'm stuck. I'm literally stuck. Friggin' add-ons. Okay, this is how we're gonna do this. I have to shut this down and reopen it. Ugh. Alright. I apologize about the technical difficulties. It happens. It happens. Yeah. I'll have to disable my add-ons. Whatever. Duh. Telling you, man. Doesn't stop. Alright, so we're going to go over here to add-ons. And we're going to actually click them all off. Because the game's like, some of your add-ons are not working. And yeah, as you guys can see, I have a very large amount of add-ons, except I can't get them to work. So what the flip ever? Okay. Now, let's get him back in game. Okay. Let's get him back in there. So, one of the things I'm definitely this is going to be a really unique build. It's taking one of my favorite sets of all time. We're going to go static with it. We're dropping a monster proc altogether. Oh man, that looks so much better, doesn't it? Wow. Okay. So this must be the new home. It's quite narrow. Okay. Then we have a large cathedral. Oh my god. Okay. Awesome. We have a big cathedral. Okay. Sounds good. Okay. First, let's level up. Once again, we're going to put everything into Stam. Alright. Let's go ahead and get our stuff, shall we? I'll switch to the bars later. We want the Venomous Claw. We want the Noxious Breath. Absolutely. Now, I sometimes will use the hardened armor. It depends, but you know, the obsidian is really good. The fact that I can gain stamina when where is it? When you cast a non-stamina ability. So a lot of people do you know, whatever, or you can use the molten weapons. That's going to be whatever. But this is max health, but the major mending, whatever. So I think the molten weapons will probably be good. So increase your damage with heavy attacks. It's not bad. Increase the duration, 42 seconds, 30 seconds. We'll go with the molten, whatever. But now this is going to be a dual wield. Very important. We want to take the flurry, and of course we want to go with the rapid strikes. We're going to take twin slashes, and we definitely want to go, you can go blood craze or increase the initial damage. I like the render, definitely for sure. You can go with whirling blades for the double finisher. That's whatever. I don't think, you know, I'll be utilizing it much. We'll unlock blade deadly cloak just on the safe side, whatever. But kind of important. Okay. Flawless victory. Okay. Now, I'm not going to morph that for a second. There's a reason for that. Now, believe it or not, we're going to take trapping webs. Yes, I know, right? This is crazy. You don't want that one. You do want the shadow silk. And on the bow, now when we go up to the bow, we want the poison, the toxic. We're not going to use volley. We're going to use acid spray. Absolutely. So very, 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 very important. We'll unlock volley, whatever, or endless hail, but we're not, most likely we're not going to utilize it. Okay. Oh, and my poison injector. Very important that we have that as well. Now, one of the main reasons I'm going to tell you guys this is because this is going to go probably here. But let's do the main bar, for example. Let me demonstrate what's going to go on here. So one of our primary activation to this is going to be our rapid strikes, right? We're followed up with our dots. This is insanely important. Okay? So I want you guys to pay attention exactly how I'm doing this and why I'm doing it this way. Okay, now with that also being said, we're going to add our dots. Now, what's the one thing we also want to make sure we're doing is what? Scaling our weapon damage from the Fighters Guild. So our flawless is going to go on this along with our camouflage hunter. This will put our lightweight beast trap right here, followed up with our poison injector. Now, another thing that we want to go ahead and do is now take our bow ability with our acid spray, followed by our undaunted ability, which will be the shadow silk. Now, and then you can use either a heal on the last one, like, or a shield system to get more whatever. And so that's like a flex spot for you if you wanted it to be, or you could use your molten armaments. So there's a lot of options there on the last spot depending on the situation. And of course, it's just a nice flex spot because whatever, when you activate it you get stamina, whatever, but it's just kind of important that know that's a flex spot. But pretty much this is how we're going to be setting everything up. Now, I need to go in here. I need to go to supplies. I need to go to armory. I need to go to this. We need to go to dungeon sets. We'll grab both monster sets even though we're not typically using an armor set. And then I'm trying to think, overland set, yes. And then we need to go to, of course I'm going to need transmutation, lots of transmutation. We're going to need consumables. We're going to need your enchantments, progress, locks, lunchbox. Okay. We want our capacity up for sure. We'll take riding speed too, but whatever. Capacity is the most important part right now. Just wish you could just hit it and be max. Whatever. Okay, now what we want to go ahead and do is go to dungeon sets. We're going to go to medium. Okay, now we're going to go to overland sets, and we want medium overland sets. Okay, dungeon sets. First thing we're going to grab is, I don't know who this is. It's restricted. If it's restricted, I don't answer. We're going to grab the Leviathan. Okay. Now, I'll just grab the pieces, whatever. It doesn't, well, I'm not needing the weapons, but overland sets. Oh no.
Hello, Moto.
1 second. Hello? 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 Okay, whatever. I tried to answer. All right, now, and then we're going to go to one of my favorite Swamp Raiders. Oh my god, I love this set. Okay, with the jewelry, we'll pick up, you know, the gear. We just don't need the headpiece. We don't need the weapons either. Okay. Now, very important what I'm going to do here. We'll just... We're going to put that on. Okay, wait, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah, so it's going to take all 10. So I'm definitely going to need the head too. Which is I'm fine with, whatever. Just, it sort of sucks. I hate doing 7 medium, but in this scenario, it'd be beneficial for me. I could go with the other set to get that bonus. That's another option. We'll see. All right. But the biggest thing is to have everything static. Very, 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 very important. I can replace this critical set if it's too much or switch it out, whatever. Okay. Now, the most important element to this build is going to be weapons and why I'm taking these specific weapons. Okay. So I'm going to take the Maelstrom. I'm not going to grab... I'll grab the Perfected, but I'm not worried about it. And the Master Weapons. Okay. So basically, I want to go to Maelstrom Weapons, and I want the dual wield. Very important that I want that dual wield. And then I'm going to go down to the Master Weapons, and of course I want that bow. Okay. Those are the two main very, 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 very important pieces for this. So I'm going to take a sharpen, right? Then I'm also going to take the axes and the daggers. So I you know, kind of get where I'm coming from. They'll be sharpened as well. Okay. So that's really what I wanted to grab up on. Okay. Now, the first thing I want to go also ahead and do is go into the CP system. And I want to allocate enough to get to that critical modifier just for that. Well, and unlock my penetration. Okay. Those are the two I'm really worried about at the beginning of this more than anything. So then when I come in here before the Mundus is applied, it shows my critical value. So I'm at a 46 critical value. And that is with the Major Savagery. So we know we're going to more than likely have to go with the daggers. And when we come back in, we're at 53. So that's good. That's a good spot where we're at. Now to check the back, because I ain't got any potions, we're just going to slot the major savagery just to get an idea that when we hit the pot, what we're looking at. I'm just doing this as a reference for everybody who's watching. Okay. We'll be at 52. So you see what I'm saying? We're within that margin. So very, very important. All right. Now, very important reason why I'm choosing to go with the daggers. When you deal damage with Flurry, your single target damage over time abilities used within 4 seconds gain 1690 spell and weapon damage. Yeah. It's literally redunculous. So now this is before me doing anything, but this is just a good, and I'll show you what I'm going to do for, we pretty much know how we're going to do the Mundus. Okay. Don't look at me. All right. So, let me go to options, combat, always show, put it on, whatever, resources. All right. Always show. Okay, we're good. Okay. Now, I want to show you guys this. Now look at the dot. 28, 1862. Okay. 428, 47, 32. Okay. Now, look at the dots now. That's before brutality buff or my Mundus. Now, I can go with a trial set to give me one heavy piece. That's optional, and I think I might do that because I do like taking advantage of the Undaunted passive. So to switch out the Leviathan, which is optional. So one of the biggest things about this is just taking advantage of the Khajiit. But it even gets better because all of a sudden when I lay this, I hit this. Oh, hold on. So we're going to be spiking up that damage with the dual wield. All the dot damage, all of it. Huge, huge stacking dots. That's why we're taking all poisons. So basically, we're going to be stacking all this dot effects. It's just dots, 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 dots. Now, I'm going to go ahead and even scale this higher. But I think you guys kind of get the premise of what we're doing here. Okay. Now, let me go ahead. I hate when this happens. All right. Now we're at 3,100 on the bow side. And on this, we're here. Let's get the food. Take a look at our recovery. So we can afford to bring, you know what I'm going to do? I know what I'm going to do. All right. So I need my Euro enchantments. Jewelry enchantments, weapon enchantments. Okay. I think we'll be good, but we'll find out. Crown store. We can bring it down a little bit. A little bit. If I can leave. Oh my god, I can't leave. I'm stuck. I know what I'll do. You know what? I'm not dealing with this. I'll just place my own. Okay. Now. We're going to infuse all of it. I want weapon damage scale, not max stam. Check. 1861. Drink. 22. Okay. Now when we go in, we're at 4,470. I'm going to check out that other set for sure. But Dad likes. All right. Now, penetrating value is only 3,976. I'm aware of that. That's, I'm gonna go. We're just gauging up. Okay. So 1871. I'm comfortable with that, given the fact that I'm going to be doing a lot of heavy attacks between my spams. If you wanted to go whatever. If you wanted to stay with, you could. All right. So basically, as you're spamming, you're able to tick this higher. And basically, you're getting an extra tick from the damage. You're getting like 6-4. You're basically an insane dot build. Now, if I wanted to put a finisher, to put a more finisher, you can. But remember that in the passives into the dual wield, you're getting an inherent finisher with your dual wield abilities anyways. But if you wanted the double dip from the whirling blade, you could. But honestly, you get where is it? Increased damage with dual wield abilities by 20% against. So 20% when they're under 25% health. So it's better to keep all the dots applied more than anything. And, using the rapid strikes to keep all the dot modifiers, procking up. So basically, it's just a dot build. It's straight up dots. And the nice thing about it is we're going to get the single target. That's probably another reason why I didn't have that post up. We're going to get the modifier with this. When you deal damage with flurry, your single target damage overtime abilities, not the AoEs. But, so if you wanted to put in these two, and this one is the biggest one. But if you wanted to use Endless Hail over there, you could. I like the poison better. It just goes with the theme because of Swamp Raiders. That's the only reason I'm doing with this. So 7-4 on ticks. Nice. Seven four on ticks. That is so sweet. 7-5. Oh, nice. Very nice. Very, very. 9-2. Nice. Seven five, yes. 8-4, nice, nice, nice. Now, I want to see if I can switch out the levy to get that Undaunted passive, but I like this initial setup. Messing with the Mag DK PvP build, is it? Yo, it's Dirty. Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up, Dirty? How you doing, dude? All right, so another set I can utilize. All right, so let's see. Where's it at? Where's it at? And I'll show you what we can do. Now, it's not my favorite set, admittedly. Alright. Trial sets. Now, admittedly, this is not my favorite set, but it would give me my Undaunted passive. So. This is the Berserking Warrior. Okay. So how I can implement this, right? Is very, whatever. I'd use too heavy, obviously, because I'd have to have all the jewelry. So you would go with the Berserking Warrior, and then you'd use 2 heavy instead. But that's okay, because on your heavy attacks, you get recovery. But you lose a little bit of the crit. But the question of it is, does the value, make up for that lost one on the medium? Well, we're about to find out. Okay. All right. So. Oh. All right, so we're going to transmute this, of course. Nope. Okay. So, now I'm going to need to go back to the Ewer enchantments, get some more of those and more. I think I should have enough transmutation, but I need to go into the Ewer enchantments again. Okay. Now, we want to make sure we have enough Swamp Raider on. No Leviathan. So we have that bonus. We got this bonus. That's also going to... It actually, I think, dropped our... Well, and that's a reason too, because it's healthy instead of robust. Okay, so let's transmute it. And of course, we're going to need a recovery. Stand recovery. Okay. Slightly lower, but we get more back for the passive. Slightly lower, but weapon damage, you'll see it's the same. Question of it is now when you see it, you see the weapon critical has lowered. Why? Because we have to use the damage modifier. So we're just going to go ahead and try to keep stacking this. So 52. $55. We're getting more with the Yokita during the stacks. Okay. So that looks pretty good. Looks like I'm going to be farming Yokita. Now it's going to be important though to keep up. Especially when because it drops off quick. But when you do a heavy attack, you're getting so much more back. Nice hit. Okay. Now, we're going to be able to scale it even higher because we're not allocated into the CP other than the critical modifier. Now, once it stops ticking. All right, now we're scaling what? Weapon damage. So it's very important that we remember that. But we want to go ahead and take advantage of what? Our status effects. We're going to go ahead, obviously, allocate into Thaumaturge. Right? Scaling factor is going to be more prominent than what? Critical. We have some for the Khajiit, but we definitely, before anything that we do, we want to stack our weapon as a primary. Now, then you have two options, or even a few options. You can even go with a more of a single target heavy, or increase your damage done with direct, which you're not going to do that. Increase your damage with area of effects, you're not going to do that either. So here's your options. You're going to want to, maybe you want to do more on the single attack, that's optional. But honestly, I would probably go with this critical, not with the flanking, but the other one. The reason being, if anything gets turned, you're not going to lose damage, but that's me, whatever. You can take whatever. Then we're going to go ahead and max out that stamp pull. Just, you know, messing around. No. Damn it, I lost it. That's the only thing I don't like about the Yokita. Man, if you're not on it. Yeah, 55. 7K hits on that one. 8-4. And keep it 9. Now, mind you, I don't have major or minor. So that's the nice element here. And I'm not ideal pen. That's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, stamina is going to surpass mag this update. Especially if you listen to me. So it's just dots, dots, more dots. Nice. Seven, 8. Yeah. Gonna be good. 9-4. 10-3. So when we get major and minor, we'll be hitting, nice big fucking crits. And on top of it, when we do our ulti. Very good. Very nice. Massive, massive dots. Massive dots. On single target anyways. So remember, we only got 3 single targets that the weapon's going to apply to. But the Master Bow is going to go ahead, magnify that even more. Does it show, I wonder? I don't think it does. No, I didn't think so. So, yeah, stacks are going to be all nice. Get that Undaunted passive. So by the time we're looking done, we'll be slightly under the 28, 14, 22. I mean, the recovery is not going to be so bad because when you take a look at the heavy armor passive, we've got to keep in mind one of the features. So this would be a 5-2 configuration. So Constitution, you restore 108 magicka and stamina. Oh, no. Where is it? Increase the magic or stamina of your heavy attacks by 4%. So we get an 8% bonus on the heavy attacks. So using the Yokita, and then we get the Undaunted bonus, we'll have 4% or 2. Let's find out. Brain fog right now. 4%. So we got a 4% bonus towards max statting, which is great. And then, we can allocate champion points to be a little bit more progressive. So did that apply? Hold on. Did I apply it? Yeah, I thought so. 4-6 weapon damage with 2 heavy. In the 600, I'm really liking this. I'm liking this a lot. A lot of survivability, heavy and poison damage. Just really, nice. Taking a set that I really, really like. Hitting that value. Like I said, I'm not cool with maintaining stacks. That's the one thing but I mean, it's easy with it because it's martial damage. Wish my metrics was working so I could break it down even further. But I love it. Nice, huge friggin' dots. I mean, especially as they're like flowing. Oh yeah, we got our major breach right there, duh. So when we apply our major breach, let me do that more. Almost 11K. We're getting that bitch up to 11K dots. We have to get the poison injector though. Ten. You guys see that? That fucker 9. Oh shit. That's a big dot. That's a huge fucking dot. Now, consequently, you can go ahead and reapply that too, and it'll actually stack that. But you got to be like following up after. That's the whole thing. You got to make sure that arrow, that master bow is equipped. The master bow magnifies it, so getting between a 6 and 7 when the master bow drops off, master bow's applied, we're getting spikes up to 10, 11. So, nice. Just grinding, trying to level CP and getting shards. Dude, I feel you, Dirty. I feel you. It's it's always something, isn't it? But, yeah, I think this is how we're going to build it. I think this is the way. This is the way. No monster. None. Zip. Zero. Nada. Now, consequently, like I said, you do not need to get the perfected. You do not. But for those who are curious, right, we should, address it. Okay, so once again, sharpen. Okay. Okay. We know we need daggers. They gotta be sharpened daggers. Okay, so if we get to sharpen daggers and perfected, right? So the perfected daggers are going to give me more weapon damage, same with the bow. So now my weapon damage is 4-7. Okay. Well, I missed that. Damn it. Nice. Now, what's the tooltip say? Just kind of curious. 18,914 poison damage over 14 seconds. Now, I'm wondering if it scales when you hit it. So, let's go ahead. 23,017 poison damage over 14 seconds. Okay, 23. It's not registering the Master Bow. But 23,000 poison damage over 14 seconds. Okay, prior to the fact, 9,210 bleed over 10 seconds. Okay. Now we're dealing 12,075 bleed over 10 seconds. Okay, same thing on the tooltip. 9,460 poison damage over 10 seconds. $12,330 poison damage. So you see, we're jumping it up by literally 2,000 per single target ability. Insane. So I really like it. I like it a lot. We're stacking like dots. More dots. More dots, please. More dots. So I like this. I really like this. It sucks because Rapid Strikes is going to be my weakest hitting on this build. But everything else is magnified. It's Rending Slash too. Because it doesn't get magnified by Swamp Raiders. But Venomous Claw. Noxious Breath, 1k per second, prior to any other whatever. Really nice. Of course, we're taking advantage of being a Khajiit, so we're getting that passive as well. Acid Spray, slightly over 1,000 per second, so that's really good as well. I mean, it's only a 4-second duration. But so is Poison Injector. So it's a very fast-paced rotation. So if you're not used to a fast-paced rotation, I wouldn't whatever. The longest duration that we actually have is the Noxious Breath, and the Venomous Claws, and the Rending Slashes. Everything on the bow side is whatever. Now, it's kind of important to understand, too, with this, is we have 4 seconds. So everything within the 4-second window, right, needs to be applied. So I mean, that's what's crazy, what you really want to like fixate on. So once we lay down everything, we get this down, we get this up, there's a second, and then we reapply, and then we're back into it, right? So what it's doing is it's giving us enough time to keep applying the big dots. and then spam up, and then we can go in. But anyways, you guys are getting what I'm saying. We see these 8s, these 9s, or you know what I'm saying, 10s, 11s. Right there's an 11. They just keep stacking. 11,000 crit on a dot. 11,000 crit dot. That is nuts. It is insane. I don't need the finisher because we have a 25% finisher inherently with our spammable anyways and our blood craze. Or our rend or whatever. But yeah. Great, good stuff. It's what I'm doing, man. This is how we roll. Oh my god, I cannot wait. I can't wait. I honestly cannot wait for this build. It's going to be sick. Leda, sweet. It's about deadly instead of swamp raiders. Yeah, you know, that's a good idea. I mean, that's a good point. You could. The only reason. Okay. So the only reason I like swamp raiders. Let's talk about the statting. The only reason I like it cuz I know there's a nerf to crit. One thing, the Swamp Raiders affects the poison damage by 600. That's consistent for all the poison damage. But notice one thing, look at the number 2, critical. That's the only reason I really like this. It gives me a weapon damage modifier and it gives me a critical modifier. That's why I really like it. Even if I take away the 600, I'm getting another critical modifier, which is detrimental because I'm a Khajiit DK. I'm not, an Orc DK. I'm not, Bosner DK. I am literally a Khajiit DK. So I need more crit without having to compromise what? Weapon damage. So the biggest thing I wanted to do was come back to this. I typically use Swamp Raiders on my blade unless I'm using, my dancer set. It's only set, whatever. I had a different couple builds for the blade, but consequently, also, if I wanted to switch up the rotation, I could go with the Asylum Bow. It's very clunky, but it's so gross. It's a clunkier rotation, and the only reason I did not do it because I'm aware of the 4-second gap between the dual wield. It makes it too clunky, in my opinion, and you lose damage because of its clunkiness. It is the Asylum Bow. The Asylum Bow would be when you deal damage with acid spray, you cause enemies to hit to have 6,600 and less physical resistance against bow attacks. Okay, so I used to have a bow build with this. They switched it, didn't they? It used to be actually it affected your poison damage, so they must have changed it. So I wouldn't even want to go with it anyways. But I used to run an Asylum Bow on poison builds, and it was disgusting. It was literally disgusting. I was getting like 60k hits. Like, not with the ability, with like my poison effects. I'm like, this is disgusting. I was getting nasty modifiers. But this is, I'm aware of the 4-second. The Master Bow adds an extra 3. Enhances the single target damage on single target only. So it's not going to be more effective. The AoE, our primary AoE, and we're offering a synergy nonetheless, to say the least. The question of it is how you want to utilize the last spot, on your back bar. I mean, that's the optional, whatever. But I recommend going majority of your poison damages because you can. But let's say, for example, I was going to go ahead and activate my Major Brutality because I didn't even have my Major Brutality up. But let's go ahead and we'll put that on the bar as well. Nice big dot hits. 7-2. You definitely don't want that master bow to drop off on single target. That's for sure. Really nice. I feel very, very good about it. I'm seeing night 9, 10. I'm getting up to, it's really good. My single target is on point. I have a 1, 2, 3 AoE abilities. I feel good. 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 So, I feel really good about it. But yeah. So one of the biggest things I really want to focus in on with this build is just a nice smooth transition, from one bar to the next, keeping it consistent without having to overthink it. One hit, move on, go, spam, heavy attack, and once you don't have to reapply, so you're back on the second bar, reapplying. So the biggest thing about it is it's just you set that lightweight beast. You hit the poison, you come over here, you drop, you hit this, you set up all your damage, you weave up, now you're back to the back bar again, and now you're back on the rotation. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? It just makes it a really nice rotation. Easy adjusted, easy, a lot. It's an easy high-end dot rotation. So basically, it's pretty much what it is. It really brings out the strength of the poison abilities also into the passives for the DK. So, you know, when you apply poison to an enemy, you restore 500 stamina. We add that extra bonus to the heavy armor for the heavy attacks. That's a boon to us as well. We're getting an extra 500 for applying the, you know, the effect to the molten armaments, which is not a bad thing. I mean, it's a little, but every little bit helps, I guess. You know, that's what really is nice. Let me see. Also, decrease the cost of stamina poison abilities by 25%. So we're a lot more cost effective when guess what? When we're applying, you know, our poison injector versus any other class, our acid spray versus any other class, and our shadow silk versus any other class. So, and that is really good. And when we take a look at the toxic barrage, we're also getting that effect as well, bringing that down to 175 to the ultimate. So toxic barrage is, you know, a really I mean, let's take a look at toxic barrage here. Okay. And then when we go in and look at the tooltip, I don't think it raised it because for some reason 46 over 8 seconds. Let's see if it does. I don't think it does because it's an ulti. No, it doesn't. But it should actually apply given the single target, but you know, but the tooltip's not registering it. It does register the venomous claw, the rendering slashes, and the poison injector. So overall, yeah, good shit. Love it. That's why we're building it. This is how we're building it. I don't like Yokita much. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But I want that Undaunted passive. And I'll take the heavy armor passive. And the fact that, you know, I'm still pulling. I mean, what? Let's get that up to 10 really quick. The fact that I'm still getting a 55% crit on PTS. And it drops down to 44. 55% crit. Right? Is pretty flipping impressive. You know how it just, I mean, it drops off really quick. You got to be on it. But as long as you're on the rotation, it stacks up quick. But, and that's what's nice about dots. Dots, you know, they're persistent. So as it's ticking and that's gauging up, so will your dot effects. So it kind of goes hand in hand. So typically I never liked it, but for this build, I think it's adjustable. It's very well. It's, you know, of course I'm under 28k max stamina, but of course I have 4,764 weapon damage, and I'm not getting the registry from, guess what? The Master Bow. So, and then of course when I drink my recovery, I'm at 1776 recovery, and we're getting that 8% towards the heavy attacks. So, you know, if I was to go ahead and spam up and I'm like, you know, no, we're dumping. It's not going to take us long. See what I'm saying? We can actually see how we're spamming. And look at our recovery. So for a DK to have this type of recovery, and I'm not even into recovery, now that's another thing I could do. I haven't even put into recovery. So let's talk about that. I could even possibly even scale this up even higher, given the fact that I'm wearing too heavy. So let's go ahead. Take a look at it now. We're over 2,000, right? Let's drink the pot. And I can drop it. Like, that's recovery. Fuck some recovery, man. I'm taking this bitch to the dome. At this point. Okay, so I'm like, you know what? We'll get really sick with it. I mean, if you can maintain it. So now, 448 on that side, 5,086 on this side. See, after I do the heavy attack, I wind up and I go right into it. I can heavy attack dual wield better than a 2H. But I definitely want to make sure yeah. Easy peasy. Now imagine spell power cure, everything else. It's just gonna be, it's gonna be delicious, man. It's gonna be delicious. Anyways, man, I just want to get on, do this, how my brain works. Because I was like, I don't use weapons. Like, there's nothing that ever really impresses me. But I was like, wait a minute. Nobody uses this set. Nobody. Nobody. And two of the biggest classes that could benefit from this is the DK and the Stand Blade. I was like, okay. We're going to utilize it. Believe it or not, we're going to make this bitch work. So, yeah. Yep. That's how we do it. So that's exactly how we roll. That's not my bow. That's not my bow. That is not my bow. Oh, gross. Give me that. Get that thing off of me. Oh, no. Hold on. Master perfected bow. Ugh. That is so gross. I had that thing on. Oh, gross. Get that thing off of me. Ooh. That is nasty. Okay, so. The Master Bow is what we want. Where's my perfected? Oh, man. I want my Master Bow. God dang it. Yes. Yes. Sharpen, please, and thank you. Yes. Alright. That's not what I... Yeah, I wanted this. Ugh. I'm telling you. Okay. So let's... Good. Now let's see if that works now. Tooltip. 28,714 over 14 seconds. That is good. Okay, we'll wait for everything to drop off. Come back in. 21. 7,000 more damage. Over 14 seconds. Okay. 24. Without the master bow. I'm pointing this out. Add the master bow. Come back in. Go back in. Oh, I forgot the buff. Okay. So, let me do that. 28 with the major brutality and that. I don't think the master bow registers. But 28. Okay. It doesn't. But 28,000 over 14 seconds. I really, and that's just with the two effects. It should raise up higher with the master bow. Of course, my metrics don't work, so I can't, whatever. But you get 300 on target with the master bow. Okay? You get an additional 300. 330 against targets affected by your poison arrow. Okay? So, very, 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 very important. And I don't think we get a reflection of that until, yeah, we don't. So for example here, when we take a look at how much, okay, let's come in and just swipe it. Prior to the application, 4,075. It's our top. 6.5. Okay, now add effect. $10 is our top. Now. Okay. Now I'm not using even the critical modifier, right? Gonna have to redo that. And we were getting the big base, but it's just not the one picking up for the crit. There it is, 11.5. See, I told you guys, 11.5 by 500 with the master bow. I rest my case. I'm going to bed. Call it a day. That's how we do it. So that's our top end hit with that ability. Oh my God. Yes, 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 and yes. This is how we build it. We came, we saw, we kicked its fucking ass. This is how we build. This is how we build. This is how we build. Na 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 na. Oh yeah. So yeah, advancing Yokita. We'll go with the Yokita. That'll give us a little bit more recovery on the heavy attacks. We have 5-2. Like I said, there are going to be some exceptions. I think this is a great configuration. It complements it really well. We actually gain a little bit more critical value. Not much, a little bit. But it can drop off quick. So if you want to go with the Leviathan, you want to go with the 7 medium, you could. You'll have a little less life, a little bit more stamina. But everything else, whatever. But going this way too, we can afford to do what? Triple trait weapon damage versus 1 recovery. That, to me, was well worth it. I'm sold. Bam! Sell me. Bring it home. Sell it to me. You do not, and if you're going to utilize this build, you do not need the perfected weapons at all. You can go in, farm them normal, and this build will work just not a little under. Not huge. A little. But it's fine. Okay? And, there you guys have it. So, yeah. Good shit. Call it a day. I know. I could be corny. Yeah, there we go. I like it. I like it a lot. I love it. Oh my gosh. I can't wait. But I wanted to try this on this because I'm like, nobody uses those daggers, man. That's such a shame. That is such a crying shame. Like I said, 44. Come back over here. We're at 31. Remember, we don't have the major savagery on that because we're using this, but we drink a savagery potion. Okay, I've already showed that. But it's really easy. It's going to be easy to build up those stacks given the fact that you're using poison damage and the martial damage is being applied. Okay, so nothing to be worried about on that. The heavy attack I showed, nice end recovery with a nice 8% into the heavy armor passive for our heavy attacks. So yeah, man, I'm totally sold. I'm totally sold with a two piece bonus for recovery. I'm totally sold on it. I'm totally sold. I'm totally, because when we get into the CP system, like people are like, oh, you whatever, No, man. Look, only thing I gotta do, I could take health, man. So I'm gonna reduce sprint associated cost. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and take the health, right? Probably I'm going to do what? Take the bloody renewal. We'll be appointing that. Okay, this one's definitely going to go on as well. So there's our 2 slot. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to maximize my health even more. And you know what I'm really going to do? I mean, if I want to build up recovery, you know what I'm saying, where I don't have to worry about it. The health recovery per ultimate, even though I'm going to gain resources on ultimate, I can use that for now. So as I'm building, I have a little bit more survivability. So, and I'm also going to get health when I use the ultimate. So when I'm said and done with the food buffs and stuff, I'm sitting at almost 26,000 max health. With a max of 22 if I'm fully loaded on the bar. And then when I'm without, it's back down to 600. We're getting 8% more on heavy attack recovery. Believe it. 2 heavy, chest and legs, more armor rating. Even without armor rating, we're at 16 and 13. Now, if I wanted to use a potion versus the molten armaments, now remember, my heavy attacks also deal increase 50%, so I really do want that. Because my heavy attacks, once again, I'm going to come in, it's going to deal more damage on my heavy attacks. So we really do want to take advantage of that. I'm telling you, man. Oh, my Lanta! Is that a Warden? No. This is a DK. It's a DK. Dragon Knight. And, may I also add, we didn't even use this baby. We didn't use our critical modifier when I was testing it when I got 11.5. So technically, we can even raise that by how much? How much can we raise it by? Right? An extra 10%. And we're getting another single target bleed on this one. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. You know, during the reapplication process. Oh yeah. Mystic will bring you home. We'll bring you home. So this is going to be my new DK for Blackwood. So, build 2 heavy Yokita, 3 jewelry, all infused, weapon damage, and with my lovely, my baby, the love of my life of ESO Swamp Raiders, which no meta player would ever use. Oh, it's so disgustingly sick, Mystic. You're sick. And another thing meta players probably wouldn't even think about using. Oh, the Maelstrom daggers. Oh, sick. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah. Don't do it. Oh, that. We're doing it. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. Alright guys, I'm gonna let you guys go. As always though, I'm Mystic Raven. This is Mystic's MMOs. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.